Hi, I am Roy Surendra from Government Law College, Dr.Ambedkar Law College, Puducherry. So I am here to visit Supreme Court of India,
Very good.
Honorable Supreme Court of India. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome each one of you to the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And these students have come from Government Law College, Pondicherry, Puducherry. So today is their court visit. Why we have reached the Supreme Court of India? Let us ask this question first. We are all in a final year. And this is as a tradition that every final year student visit the Supreme Court of India in their final semester. Why? The reason is we have to see the highest court of the land, how it is working, how the judges are ensuring the justice, how the advocates and senior advocates are arguing the case. So you have come here to see the highest level of efficiency and then how the justice is being done. First and foremost is how the Honorable Supreme Court of India is supreme. That is the question. The Honorable Supreme Court of India is supreme because for two reasons. One is Article 141 of the Constitution of India and another Article 142 of the Constitution of India. What does it say? Article 141 of the Constitution of India says, whatever the Honorable Supreme Court passes any judgment or order, it binds on all the courts within the territory of India. The judgments pronounced by the Supreme Court of India will bind on all the courts within the territory of India. Right? That is, to what extent? It is binding nature. And number two is Article 142 of the Constitution of India. What does it say? The Honorable Supreme Court may pass any decree or order as is deemed necessary to do complete justice. In order to do complete justice, Honorable Supreme Court may pass any orders. For example, when there is no law also, they can enact a law. Like Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan. Guidelines to protect the women from sexual harassment at workplace. So likewise, polluter pay principle, doctrine of sustainable development, all those doctrines are evolved by the Supreme Court. So 142 is very, very important. These are all for what purpose? To render justice to all. Secondly, the Honorable Supreme Court, the motto of the Supreme Court. What is the motto of the Supreme Court, dear friends? Yeto dharma stato jaya. Yeto dharma stato jaya. What does it mean? Where there is dharma, there is victory. Where they have derived this motto? It has been derived from Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, you all know, you have all seen the drama of Mahabharata. Duryodhana goes to his mother Gandhari and seeking the blessings in the Kurukshetra war. There, she did not bless Duryodhana with the victory. She said simply, where there is dharma, there is victory. Enge dharma irukkuradho, angada vetri irukkuradhu. That is what she has said. That is the motto of the Supreme Court also, dear friends. Now, coming to you people, what you have to do. See, we may be not studying in national law schools. We may not have any godfather. We may not have our father as a senior advocate or as judges. So please have faith in yourself, dear friends. Have faith in yourself. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Have confidence in you. That is important. If I can do it, yes, we can also do it. If others can do it, I can also do it. Have that confidence in you. That is important. Having faith in millions of gods without having faith in oneself, it is meaningless. This is what Swami Vivekananda says. Have faith in yourself. If we talk about what is the history of the world is the history of few men who had faith in themselves. So we need to have faith in ourselves and we have to play our part. That is most important. Right? So generally we recite the preamble of the Constitution of India. I request each one of you to recite preamble along with me. Right? We the people of India, having solemnly resolve to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation in our Constituent Assembly this 26th day of November 1949 do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Let us take a pledge, dear friends. Preamble our goal, preamble our soul. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you.